Nate Keeton.
Nate Keeton, 23064 Battelle Avenue. I'm getting choked up.
Serves you right.
Oh, yeah, it teaches me. I wanted to take the opportunity to address you on 2 points. One, as a son, and two, as a citizen. As a son, I'm glad for your retirement. I think that you've worked for years. You deserve this time. You and Mom deserve this time to enjoy. As a citizen of the city of Hazel Park, it's unfortunate. I think that you being here, you being dedicated to the city, seeing the vision that you've had for the city, and seeing some of these things come to fruition, it's almost a disservice to see you leave. And the city will greatly miss you. But again, I want to see you enjoy retirement. And I love you. And thank you for everything you've done.
Thank you, son. Love you.
So I respectfully appreciate the confidence that you've shown in me to continue to allow me to serve as the city manager for the city that I've grown up in and the city that I love. I want to thank each and every one of you. You've been great bosses, and again, I hold you all in high regard. I have two special things that I want to say tonight. First to Tom Selman, who joined us a few years ago when Jack Lloyd left the city council. Tom, you've been a pleasure to work with. You were a pair of safe hands to place this city in, and you are a man of wisdom and deep thought, and you love this city, and you have a great sense of this city's history. It has been my pleasure to serve under you, to work with you, and I wish you the best. I hope that you will rejoin us by serving on boards and commissions, and do not go quietly into the good night. I think that you have a lot more service to give. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Finally, I have to recognize my wonderful mayor, Jeff Keeton, who is absolutely, beyond a shadow of a doubt, one of the best public officials I've ever worked with and I have ever met. You are a smart man. You are a wise man. You love this city. And you have been a historic public official in this city. When they write the city of Hazel Park, your name will be all over it because of the tough decisions that you've had to make during your service on city council. I respect your opinion a great deal. You are wise, and you genuinely think about things. You genuinely love this community, and I want to thank you. I want to thank your wife. I want to thank your family, because they have all been great partners with you in your service as well. So Keeton family, thank you for always being part of Hazel Park and being supportive of everything that the city has needed and asked of you. So thank you. But truly, I've known you since I was Nate's T-ball coach when he was 8 years old and I was 17 back in 1981. And like I said, truly, you are one of the smartest, best public officials that I've ever worked with or that I've ever seen. When I refer to you as my mayor, I say that's what one looks like. That's what a good one looks like. That's what a good mayor should be. You are simply outstanding, and Hazel Park will miss your service. So thank you, sir.
Councilmember Tom Selman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and that might be the last time I'll say that from this table. I have made some notes for my remarks this evening. I normally don't comment about national events from this table, but I'm going to do that this evening. And that is in this way. It is my sincere hope that we as a nation do not deteriorate to the point that we did 50 years ago when I and two fellow soldiers returned from overseas and landed at Kennedy Airport in New York. We tried for over half an hour to hail a cab unsuccessfully. Finally, a police officer noticed us, and he said, "Fellas, I know what you're going through." He said, "It's going to get worse before it gets better, too." We, in law enforcement, have it worse than you in military right now. They spit on us, they call us names, they throw things at us. You, they just disrespect for now, but it'll get worse. He said, "You're going to Fort Hamilton, I'll bet, for discharge." And we said, "Yes." And he said, "All right. He said, I'll get you a cab." And he blew his whistle and he stopped a cab and he says, "You're taking these young fellas to Fort Hamilton." And he gave the cabbie a 20. And he said, "This is your down payment." After we went through Fort Hamilton and we got debriefed, the officer that told us what to do after we walked off Fort Hamilton suggested to us that we change out of our uniforms into civilian clothes. He said, "It will be a lot easier on you." And we looked at him funny. He said, "Trust me, I know what I'm talking about." So we did as he suggested, and he was right. And that was wrong. Let us not get there again, America. And let us not do that to our local uniform people or our military people, because by gosh, they are on our side, not on anybody else's. That's all I have to say about that. As somebody once said in a movie, I want to thank the residents of Hazel Park for trusting me for the past 2 years by filling in that little egg-shaped spot on the ballot. And enough of you did so. And I want to thank the city employees, because we have some of the best ones in the state, from the part-timers on up to the top notch. We are blessed in this town, and our uniformed people and our people that work behind desks, everybody is just, oh, so special. And I want to say to those who are running for office, if you're elected, that's wonderful. If you're not elected, don't feel like you have lost. Don't feel like you're a failure, because you have done something that our mayor advocates at every meeting. You have participated in the democratic process, but you have participated at a higher level. So don't feel bad if you've lost, if you have not been elected. You have not lost. To whoever replaces me sitting up here, I have a few things that I would suggest to you. Listen to the residents. When they come up to the microphone, listen to the residents. When you encounter them in your travels around the city, listen to the residents, because they will impart some amazing wisdom to you, and they will tell you things that you need to know. Allow the city employees to do their jobs. Allow them to perform their duties without interfering with them. Don't try to be their bosses. They have bosses, and their bosses have a boss. If there's an issue or a problem, take it up with the person over whom you are the boss, meaning the person that replaces me or the other 4 people that are sitting up here, the city manager. Do your best to love Hazel Park, because if you do that, you will be amazed at how much Hazel Park will love you back. And in closing, I want to say, I was so pleased to see young Mr. Keeton get up and do something that I advocate at the end of every meeting, and that is, if you love somebody, tell them so. And if you have children, tell them that you love them and hug them every day. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Andy LaCuro.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. What a hard show to follow, but that's nice. Way to go, Tom. I want to wish happy retirement to Marty and Mary Ann. You guys have a lot of productive life left in you, and I'm very happy that Mary Ann is joining the Recreation Advisory Board. To Mr. Keeton and Mr. Selman, it's been an honor and a pleasure. One of the things you have to keep doing in this position is learning. And when you have people like yourselves around, there's plenty of opportunities to learn many things from. And it's been an honor, a pleasure, and to serve with you, and I wish you well. It's hard to see you go, but you've left your mark on this city. You won't be forgotten. You'll be missed, and all the other good things that everybody says about you, and probably some of the bad things they say about you is true too. It's Jeff and I have sat down here for quite some time together, and not always agreeing on things, but it's just been like just to learn, and that's what we do. We don't agree on everything, but we work with what's best for the city of Hazel Park together. I look forward to serving with the new council. I would hope most of you would honor me with your vote in November. It's going to be an interesting new council. I want to congratulate Mike Webb on becoming our future mayor. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. We were both elected in 2001 at the same time, and I didn't dream I'd still be here 16 years later.
Me either.
But we signed up for a task.
Yes.
The job, the financial picture of the city was not great. It's looking much, much better. Things have, I guess those tough times have actually made us tougher
Yes,
and
it did.
stronger and better. And we're not out of the woods yet. So there's more work to be done, and I don't want to leave a position until the job's done. So as I just appreciate as well Tom's telling everybody to, if you love somebody, tell them, and hug the kids and tell them. I hope someone will carry that tradition on, even if it's myself. And as I always say, it's the bike weather still. Look out for the bicyclists. It's getting dark. I stopped today and thanked some young kids for not walking in the street. There was 4 of them, and I said, hey, I want to thank you for not walking in the street. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, everybody. It's been an honor to serve up here and a pleasure, and we will hopefully see you next month. Have a great night.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem Mike Webb.
What can I say after all those great comments? But there's more to say. I've served with many, many people up here. Excuse me. And it's been an honor and a privilege. But in my past life, I had to go to someone I at the time was not friends with. I actually campaigned against him in my past life. So that you want to, I just clicheing you a little. It might be a roast even, I don't know, but how can I say it the best? Jeff's been a good mentor for me. We talked several times how we can better come up with creative ways to get through things. And I asked him to be on city council in 2001. And once he accepted, and he gets the lay of the land from Mr. Klobuchar, first thing out of his mouth was, "What the hell did you get me into?" He's been a dear friend through the whole time we've been on here for many years, as well as Andy Lacuro, Tom Selman here, and Jim Parisi, Jack Lloyd, even Ron Lawler the first year I was in. It takes a commitment to be up here, and even the few months that Ben Colley was here and the years he served before. It's a big commitment. It's a family commitment. This wears on your family and yourself for many years. It's not just a decision you take lightly. I enjoyed every moment I had to work with everybody up here. And then the part I didn't enjoy was having to make the tough decisions and laying off people and asking all our employees to take 5 and 10 and 15% pay cuts over due to the recession. And we're gladly trying to work with them now to give back what little we can in increments that we can get them back up, but nothing replaces what they've lost. And it came from their hearts to give up that money because they love their community. We love our community. We wouldn't be here if we didn't. I feel like I'm losing a bunch of friends up here, but Tom, no, it's such a pleasure to work with people that you know and you trust. Tom, it's you're a steady hand up here. It's been great. The voice of sometimes reason and putting me, Mayor Pro Tem, we need to make sure that everything's set up, just like today. Sometimes I forget. I get anxious. I get ahead of myself. Thank you. And again, Happy retirement to Mary Ann, Marty, and welcome, Chief Bukos. Again, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. This will be my last regular meeting as mayor or council or whatever I've been for the last 16 years. I have served as an elected official for 19 years in the city of Hazel Park, from 91 to 95 as mayor, from late 91 or 2001, 2002 to 2016 as a council member, and then as mayor from 2016 until the present. And it's been a wonderful, wonderful ride. When I first got elected mayor, immediately within the first several months, the governor took away all our racetrack revenue. And at that time, the racetrack's contribution to the city of Hazel Park was much greater than it is now. So we immediately had to hit the road running. And for the most part, it's been the same for all those 19 years. It's been a tough road in the city of Hazel Park. But it was my pleasure thinking that I contributed something to where we are today. I would like to thank everybody, but I'd like to thank my family. I'd like to thank my wonderful wife, Claudia, for not just sharing me with the city of Hazel Park, but putting up with me when I get the calls at night and I have to do things that takes away from our family time and our time together.
Mr. Mayor, may I interrupt you?
Yes.
Would Claudia please stand and be recognized?
She's an angel, and we've actually been married longer than I've been on the council, so we've been married for 48 years. I'd like to thank my children, my daughter Rebecca, my daughter Heather, my son Nathaniel, who were weaned on passing out literature and have probably walked the streets of Hazel Park most of their lives. And again, any time that I've taken away from you with this job, I apologize. But it's something, as was mentioned, it was a job that I took on, and I thought I would do it to my very best. I'd like to thank the city administration. In 19 years, I've served with a lot of administrations, served with a lot of city managers, a lot of council people, different chiefs, different attorneys. This council that we've had here, the last part, has been a really interesting mixture of personalities, and it really worked out well in getting us to where we are today. We had our disagreements, we came through them, and we did what had to be done. As far as the administration goes, what a job they do, and the term thinking out of the box doesn't even apply to these people. I mean, they come up with things that the rest of the municipalities in the state of Michigan are just thrilled about, that they now have something to use and copy Hazel Park in ways to keep one step out of bankruptcy. And now things are going good. Now things are looking up, and I think it's time that I step aside and spend more time with my family and let, I don't want to say the younger people, but let the younger people come in and strut their stuff. The workers in Hazel Park, you know, they're unbelievable. People talked about you're going to have to take a 10% cut, and these people just put their nose to the grindstone and take it. Again, the term wear many hats doesn't even apply to Hazel Park. I mean, the people that work here in Hazel Park wear so many hats, it's amazing that they can even stand anymore. What they do, everything with nothing. And now we're starting to reap the benefits of that. Again, it's a 2 by 2 square mile city. It's a blue-collar working community. And the people that live in Hazel Park are so phenomenal. I mean, these people, when we come up here and we have an idea as to how to do things, and the administration comes up with a plan on how to do them, and we ask for people to tax themselves more. People who can hardly afford to send their kids to college, do whatever they have to do to survive, these people agree. These people say, look what they've done. We want to be part of that. We're going to help. And it's unbelievable. I can imagine that every other city is envious of us because of our citizens. Talking about, there are 2 people that are here on the council tonight that were on the council when I was appointed to fill a vacancy. I appreciate their confidence in me, and I hope I've lived up to their expectations in what I have helped with. Being a council member is a tough job. You have to make tough decisions, and I think we have made them, and I think it worked out for the best. Chief, congratulations. Chief, congratulations. Mary Ann, congratulations. Congratulations. Again, thank you all. Thank all the citizens of Hazel Park. Thank the council, the administration, my family, and my wife. Thank you all for coming out and participating in the democratic process. Thank you.
Mayor,
Yes.
would you please stand? Councilman Selman, would you please stand? Thank you once again. Let's give him a round of applause.